a link is shared on Facebook. So every share of a Ticketmaster link is worth $6 to them. So really tangible results from their integration with Facebook technology. The final example I want to talk about is 1-800-Flowers. 1-800-Flowers is an e-commerce shop. So again, we're looking at direct response. They just want people to buy flowers. So what they did was they said, okay, stop. There are lots of flower shops around the world, lots of online versions, lots of online-only flower shops. We need to be different. We need to understand how we're going to succeed. And what they did was they made Facebook the very center of their strategy. And I have a video now to describe the success of that integration. But the direct results were 4,000 people bought as a result of the campaign they ran. This was a limited one-month campaign around Mother's Day. So I'll show you the video just now.
Flowers really exists for the sole purpose of delivering smiles. My brother Jim and I, who started with one flower shop, we often go back to, we need the type of interaction we have with our customers in that very first store, where they would stop in from the community and chat with us. Well, all of a sudden, Facebook is a platform that's all about customers telling stories. So we no longer have to try and generate that. It's happening automatically within Facebook. Well, within the last year or so, we've really transformed our thinking to drive everything we do to be social by design. And for us, it just means let's look at every single application we build. Let's look at every single business function we do and make sure that it has a social element to it. I start off with the mantra, if it's not social, we're not doing it. As we head into our key floral holidays this year, beginning with Valentine's Day, we looked at this as an opportunity to take a lot of the learning that we had done and really apply it to a major part of our marketing initiatives. So for the couple of weeks leading up to Mother's Day week, we would reach out to moms and ask them to come to our site or to our fan page and like which products they would like to receive for Mother's Day that helped us in our merchandising strategies. For example, the 4 most liked products in that campaign wound up being 4 of the top 5 selling products that we had for the Mother's Day season. As we're getting ready to launch our next brand, everything's Facebook. When we look at Facebook, our overarching measurement of success is level of engagement that we get with our customers. The thankfulness we get from our customers by being so responsive, whether it be a customer service issue that we're responding to on Facebook, or by being responsive to their needs and questions that they have for us. But we know that engagement translates into sales. Right now we have over 200,000 friends. That gives us the ability to reach over 40 million friends and friends. But the value of us reaching those 40 million people with an endorsement from our fan base is tremendous. And sponsored stories really allows our customers to tell our story for them. It's the most effective marketing channel we've found to date. So we're always looking for ways to get our customers to tell that story about why they were moved to send someone flowers to begin with. That's what I think spurs brand advocates to post information about us online, to give us content, to give us a story about how they used our products and services. More importantly, to post a photograph of the smile that we delivered for them. And it's wonderful that our customers are finding it, that they love the opportunity to share that with the world on Facebook. When I look at what we've accomplished on Facebook so far, I really adopt one of the comments that drives the culture of Facebook. The journey's only 1% finished.
So this is an example of a company which just wanted sales, but as a result of their way of thinking, not only did they get sales, but they got a great brand perception. People like the brand, people are posting photos, people are saying thank you, there's a conversation happening. But also, they conducted market research for free. So they ran an application to mothers and said, which flowers do you prefer? So instead of paying for that information, instead of doing customer focus groups and surveys, they just asked people, and people answered. And they said that it led into their merchandising strategy. So they found out which flowers were most liked by mothers, and they ended up being the ones that were most purchased by sons and daughters. Now I think what's likely is that they found out which flowers were most liked, and they were on the homepage, and they were the ones that were parts of special offers. So they're starting at the start and saying, okay, let's think about everything that we do, market research, customer happiness, customer satisfaction, not just sales, but everything that they do is social by design. And that's a phrase that Chris used here. This is the CEO of 1-800-Flowers. So the challenge, I think, is making sure that the decision maker in your business or in the situation you're in, the decision maker understands if we make our business or our product social by design, then we will succeed. So I spoke about the gifts that I wanted to leave everyone with today. There are lots of sources of information, and I want to share with you some places that you might go to find out more and to build, maybe more specifically to your business if that hasn't already been spoken about today. So the first one is facebook.com/marketing. So not only do we have lots of best practices here, success stories here, there's also some more videos. So there's a lot of videos available from people like Chris from 1-800-Flowers talking about how they have used Facebook. And I think the insights from people like Chris and people like Manos are so much more powerful than I can ever hope to be by saying, believe me, it works. If you see real business results from real business people, then that's telling the full story. Equally, you can submit your story. So if you feel like you've done a great job, you can submit your story here. And of course, that's free traffic, free branding. So that's a nice opportunity for a brand also. The second destination is facebooksuccessstories.com. And these are really rich case studies with videos and with a high level of detail from end clients, so from brands that have told us the results of the campaigns. They start off by saying, here's what I wanted, here's how I measured, here's what I got. So really detailed information from a lot of really interesting brands from a whole wide spectrum of industries. And finally is Facebook Studio. Now Facebook Studio is really specifically aimed at agencies, both media agencies and creative agencies. And the idea is that we provide a platform, which like I said, is what Facebook wants to do. We provide a platform for people to see what's going on around the world, but also to showcase their best work. So if you are an agency and you feel like you've done a great job, you can submit work to the Facebook Studio, and we'll host it there for you. So it's just another place for you to showcase your agency. So creative agencies, media agencies, and brands, this is a great way to either show off what you've done really well or to get new ideas for your campaigns. So the last thing I want to do as a gift, and maybe this isn't a huge gift, but I hope it's valuable to you, is to give you an insight into how we think inside Facebook. And if you're trying to create that situation like Chris had here, where the decision maker gets it, and the decision maker has bought into the idea that Facebook is how they're going to succeed. So these are the kinds of posters we have on our walls in Facebook. The first one is, what would you do if you weren't afraid? I don't know if it's so obvious. It says, I would write on the wall. So what would you do if you weren't afraid? And the reason that's a Facebook mantra is that we want people to work and think without fear, because fear is a very limiting characteristic of humankind. So if we can go beyond fear and just say, I'm not afraid. I don't care about failure. I'm just going to go for it. Because if people were afraid of failure, we would never have had Facebook in the first place. And speaking of failure, failure is readily accepted at Facebook. We want people to try harder and therefore fail harder. It's okay to have a big idea and a big execution and for it to fail terribly. And Facebook absolutely has had examples of that. But if we try to be careful and we try to get it right every time, then we will turn into a massive company which moves like a ship, doesn't do anything quickly. So we're okay with failure. And I encourage you to think this way and to try to get this kind of a concept to be okay in the culture of your businesses. Because if we don't take risks, then we won't succeed. And other people will take risks. Because there are smaller companies which have less to lose, they can take risks, and then in time, your big company or the situation that you have is lost. So, to give an example close to our heart, of course, MySpace and Vivo and Friendster and all these websites that predated Facebook, I guess maybe didn't take big risks and didn't act when the opportunity was available. And Facebook came along and took big risks. And the result, as we know, is pretty obvious. And move fast. So I really like that the glass has been smashed by someone on this picture. Move fast and break things. It's okay to just do something, and there will be some things that you forget along the way. But if you spend your whole time on a project plan that's perfect and has a beautiful PowerPoint presentation to go with it, it's probably too late. So let's just move fast. Let's just do things. Let's just act now before it's too late. And as Chris said, the journey is 1% finished. This is a little bit frightening, I think. If Facebook is only 1% finished, then my mind certainly doesn't have the capacity to see what 100% is. And hopefully 100% is just somewhere in infinity. It's not a point. It's very difficult to know what Facebook can do next. And I think mobile is a big change for us. And we've done a good job at creating a really nice mobile experience. But maybe that's only 2%. And if all of the Facebook website and all of the 845 million people and all of our work on government organizations and gaming and mobile and all of these things are just 1%, then it's a huge opportunity. And for brands that haven't yet started, I guess this is some comfort. Because if you haven't started using Facebook strategically yet, it's okay. There's still 99% more opportunity. It's not too late. So that's the message. And I will leave it with that.
Thank you.